It's kind of a weird thing. I don't know. It just really took me by surprise. I was not expecting that at all. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Vault. My name is Rob. Let's talk about movies. This video, we're talking about Vertigo, Alfred Hitchcock's 1958 classic, starring James Stewart, Kim Novak. I want to quickly mention director of photography Robert Burks, because some of this movie looks fantastic. For 1958, they used some really cool tricks and camera work in this movie, Vertigo here. Awesome stuff. To kick it off, I want to mention the opening titles here, guys, by Saul Bass, who is a famous designer and stuff in film. The opening with the eyes and the big dramatic score by Bernard Herrmann is really awesome in Vertigo here. Really like that. The movie kicks off with like a fantastic rooftop chase scene. Really cool. The photography looks great. The sets and the kind of rear projection stuff worked really well. I really like that, and kind of sets up James Stewart's kind of fear of heights and vertigo and all that stuff that will play in later on in the movie. At this point, I'm going to mention, guys, this will contain spoilers. There's no way of talking about this movie without spoiling it, so if you haven't seen Vertigo, you may want to click off of this video right now and come back at another time. So one thing that kind of struck me as interesting was the theme of possession in this. I was not expecting that at all. It's kind of a weird thing. I don't know. It just really took me by surprise. I was not expecting that at all. You know, the movie kind of plays along, and then the really great scene for me was the like suicide scene. You know, the big kind of love story kind of score comes up, all the scene and stuff, really cool. They're outside the church. Kim Novak's character Madeline kind of runs away into the church. James Stewart kind of runs after her. His character is called Scotty. There is some great photography tricks again when he's looking down the kind of stairwell of the bell tower and stuff like that. Awesome stuff. As I said, great tricks there by Robert Burks on the photography of Vertigo. And then the kind of shock of the suicide happening, and the score again, the Bernard Herrmann score is great. Switching from the love kind of story to this kind of like tragic kind of event happening. One of my kind of favorite scenes out of the movie was this whole thing kind of playing out within like 2, 3, 4 minutes worth of the film. I will mention at this point, this all kind of happens like 1 hour into the movie, and it's a 2 hour, 4 minute movie. So it was kind of taken a surprise here, guys. I was like, it's only half over, and it's like, what happens next? There's a subsequent kind of court case here, where the judge kind of calls James Stewart a coward for not acting on trying to save Madeline from, committing suicide. The husband is kind of let off. It wasn't his fault. He had this private detective kind of following her because she'd been acting strange. All this kind of thing happens. James Stewart character Scotty kind of subsequent after the court case then basically goes insane. There's a really trippy sequence with animation and flashing lights and coloured lights and stuff. That kind of took me by surprise as well, guys. Really interesting. He has some sort of a nervous breakdown, mental breakdown. He ends up in some kind of a home where his friend is kind of visiting him, trying to get him to break out of this. The doctor's like, it's going to take 6 months at least to get him back to normal. There's all this kind of weird stuff going on. Then basically it just kind of cuts to, at some point, he is out of the hospital. He's fine. He's walking around. He sees a lookalike of Kim Novak's character Madeline, who he then kind of starts to date, and kind of forces her to dress up in the same clothes and hairstyle and dye her hair and stuff as Madeline. He subsequently kind of finds out that basically it is her. She's, playing another character or whatever. She didn't die. It was all this kind of fake murder suicide plot kind of a thing. Really interesting. We get to the end of the movie then, and it's pretty crazy and shocking once again. That's kind of a running theme here, guys. Crazy and shocked watching this one, Vertigo. He kind of realizes that the Judy character, I believe she's called now, is Madeline, and it was all a trick. It was all a play. This like kind of fake suicide. He drags her back up the bell tower of the church and kind of realizes what has happened. His friend has kind of killed his wife and used Madeline as a replacement to fake a death so they can kind of run away together, and it doesn't happen. And then all this kind of culminates with a pretty shocking ending where a nun kind of, descends out of the shadows up in the bell tower and frightens the Madeline character to actually fall out of the bell tower and fall to her death. So it was a pretty crazy, pretty shocking ending in my opinion. Overall, Vertigo, not what I thought it was going to be at all, guys. Really interesting. I know this one is highly regarded. highly rated on IMDb. How I would kind of sum it up, yeah, pretty shocking, not what I was expecting at all. Brilliant photography, some cool tips and tricks in there. I've already said that. Kim Novak was great in this, really enjoyed her. James Stewart, I don't know, he's been in a couple of Hitchcocks now, guys, that I've watched. Some I think he suits, some he doesn't. Sometimes I don't get the appeal of him. I know he's, you know, again, highly regarded and stuff, in kind of older movies and stuff like that, but I'm not too sure about him in this one. You know, maybe somebody else would have worked well, but he was quite good in there. That might be a controversial opinion. I want to hear your thoughts on Vertigo, guys. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? Jump in the comments, let me know what you think. This is an old DVD from that old Hitchcock DVD collection box set I have, guys. Let me know what you think. Is this worth an upgrade to Blu-ray? Is it available on 4K? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to check out my Patreon account, guys. €1 per month gets you access to 7+ hours content. Right now there's 7+ hours as of this video going up. These names on screen make videos on the main channel possible each and every week, so if you want to see some bonus content, you can check it out for that €1 per month, guys. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, it really helps the channel grow. Like and share the video if you did like it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.